Hello everyone. Today we shall discuss about what happens if we connect two switches in parallel. First of all, we'll see how it is connected in this circuit, right? First of all, you see there are two cells. Here you see one cell and two cell, and they are connected in series. That means this positive is connected with the negative of this cell, and therefore this battery is in series connection. It is 1.5 volt. It is 1.5 volt, and it is added up due to series connection. It is 3 volt, right? Now you see this is the negative terminal of the battery, the black one, right? You see this wire is connected in this way, and it is connected to a LED, right? LED of 3 volt, right? This is LED, right? Here you see we have connected two switches in parallel. How it is connected? You see this wire is red wire, this is positive terminal. One wire is attached with this switch, you see what? This one, and another wire is attached with this switch, right? It is connected with this wire, that is with the LED, right? Therefore you can say that this switch, you see this switch and this switch is connected in parallel. What happens if we connect two switches in parallel? Let us see. Here you can see that if you switch on one of these switches, any one, you see what happens. Yes, it glows, right? Since they are in parallel, we can use both the switches, right? It is off position, it is on position. It is off position, it is on position, right? You can see. Now what happens if we use the switch of other switches? You see what this one, these switches, right? So, let's see what happens. Here you see if we switch off, see switch off, switch on, switch off, switch on, right? Now if we use this switch, what happens? Let us see. If we switch off, switch on, right? This is in off position, and you see this here, switch off, switch on. Why? Because these are connected in parallel. You see this one is switch off, it is switch off, switch on, right? If it is in off position, then let's see how it is this switch is working. This is in off position, both the switches are in off position, and this is on position, right? This is off position, this is on position, this is off position, because they are connected in parallel. In this way parallel switches work together, right? Again you see how we have connected this negative terminal of the battery is connected to an LED, right? And it is connected where, and here you see there are, this wire is connected with two switches. This connected wire is connected with this switch, and this is connected with this common wire, and this common wire is connected with another connecting wire, and there is another switch. That means these two are connected in parallel, right? How it works? When both the switches are in off position, it is in off position. If one of the switches is in on position, then you see it glows. If you switch off, it goes off. If you switch on, it glows. Switch off, off position. Now this is in off position. This is also in off position. That's why it is not glowing. Let's see if we switch on this switch, what happens. If we switch on this switch, you see this is on position, this is off position, this is on position, this is off position. In this way we can connect two switches for different purposes, right? I have connected this terminal is connected with this common. You see there are two switches we have connected, that means they are in parallel connection. This one and this one is parallel connection. And how it is working? Both the switches are in off position, therefore the LED is not glowing. If you switch on, it glows. Switch off, it goes off. Switch on, it glows, right? If we switch off, it is, since both the switches are off, this LED is in off position. Now you see, this is in off position. If again, if we switch on, it glows. Switch off, it goes off. Switch on, it glows. Switch off, it goes off, right? In this way, the parallel switches work, right? These both the switches are connected in parallel, right? Let us see, if we change this LED with a fan or a motor, what happens? Let us see. Let us check. We are changing it with a fan, with a motor, and let's see what happens then, right? Let us change it with a fan. Let us see, this is a fan with a motor, and let's see what happens if we change this one with this LED. Replace this LED with this fan, and let's see what happens, right? Let us see. Let us see, we have taken this fan, and we will take this one and attached this fan with this one, and let us see what happens if we connect these. Yes, it is working. This is switch on position, the fan is working. If you switch off, it will goes out, right? Switch on, it is loose connection. Switch on, let's see if it is working with this. Let us replace it with another LED, and let's see what happens. You see, this is another LED, and we will use this LED here, and let's see what happens. Let's we connect this LED and switch on. Yes, it is glowing. See here, it is glowing, right? Switch off. Yes. Now another switch. If we switch on, yes, it is glowing. Switch off. That means they are connected in parallel, right? What happens if we increase the voltage? Then you see there is a change in the LED, right? That means if we take this battery and connect this battery with this battery in series connection, what happens in this LED? You can see here, right? This is a flash LED. You can see the changing of color, right? Now let us see, if we are adding this cell with this cell in series connection, right? Let us see what happens. You see, we can use this one, we can use this one also. Let us replace it by this 9-volt battery, and let's see what happens, right? Now we are replacing it with 9-volt battery, and just see what happens to this. You see there is a change in the glow because we are using it 9-volt battery, right? And here if we use it in parallel connection, the two switches, let's see what happens. You see we are using this one also. Now we have connected both the switches in parallel connection and let's see what happens. Switch off. Switch off. Switch on. Switch off. Switch on, right? Now we'll connect this switch also in parallel connection. Let it connect it with this one to make it a parallel connection. You see, switch off. Both the switches are in off position, therefore it is not glowing. If you switch on this switch, let us see, yes, it is glowing. You see, and the color is also changing in this LED, right? And let's see, if we switch off position, it is in off position, and we'll use this switch. Switch is in off position. Let us see what happens. Yes, it is glowing. Switch off. These are the functions of two switches connected in parallel. In this way, we can use these switches in either parallel or series for different purposes. In light states, in generally we use the parallel connection for each light, right? But for home purposes, in home purposes also we use parallel connection, right? But in other cases we use the series connection, right? Now let's see whether it is working with this fan or not. Let us see how it is working, right? Let's see how it is working with this fan. You see, it is working. The fan is also working, right? Right, and you can see the switch is also working with this one. You see, switch off, the light will goes off, right? Switch on. This is switch off, right? And switch on, it is working. Switch off, switch on, right? These switches are connected in parallel, right? You see, switch off. You see, switch on, it is working. Switch off, switch on, switch off, right? These switches are connected in parallel. That's why when both the switches are off, the LED will not glow. When one of the switches is on position, then the LED glows because they are connected in parallel, right? Here you see, switch off, switch on, switch off, switch on, switch off, switch on. There is a loose connection, that's why it is not working. As you see, this is in on position and the LED is glowing. In this way, we can use switches in different connections, either in series or in parallel. We have connected these switches in parallel connection, and that's why it is working in this way, right? You see, we have connected these switches in parallel connection. You see, this is off position, this is on position, this is off position, this is on position. You see, you can use this. Now switch off, right? Now if you use this switch, both the switches in off position, that means in this way the LED will not glow. If one of the switch if you use the switch as one position, then it will glow, right? Here you see this switch, on it is glowing, off it is off, it is on, it is off, it is on, it is off, right? Because these switches are connected in parallel. Both the switches are in opposition, that is the LED is not glowing. If you switch on, you see the LED is glowing, right? In this way the switches works together, right? These switches are connected in parallel. Now see if this fan also works with this connection. Let us see. See, it is also working. You see, the fan is also working with this connection, right? You see, right? That means if this switch is on position, if we switch off, now the LED and the fan will not work, right? If we now switch on this position, it will work again because these switches are connected in parallel. You see, switch on, the LED is glowing and the fan is also rotate. If we connect this with this one, let us see whether it is working or not.